we're examining the idea of how do we feed the sheep? How do we get them into a place where that they are abiding in the Word of God, like a fish abides in water? Well, we're living in an interesting time, and I'm not sure that we always keep up with the times. But how about using blogs and social media interaction to continue the process of teaching our people? Could the pastor shepherd not have someone build on the last message or messages that he preached or taught by asking a probing question or two in social media? Now, my experience when I do that is it doesn't generate a lot of response, but it does generate thought. More people will think about it than will talk about it. And then how about just with Twitter and Facebook and all the other stuff, how about quotes from what has been preached? Now, I'm not talking about the preacher being wacky and quoting himself. That gets sort of weird. But somebody else referencing that particular thing on the church Facebook page or Twitter or LinkedIn or Instagram with a link to where someone could go and listen to that message in its entirety. You know, you can even provoke thought by starting a private Facebook group or for your church. Of course, no gossip allowed. The focus being on what is being taught or preached. I'm actually doing this with pretty good response, I think, with my fivefold ministry training group. And I'm recently talking to them about how to break the text down. And my next lesson to them will be talking about how to study the original text and resources that they can use for that. Well, all of this is very focused on them. I think that in many instances, we could use such groups very strategically, and it be a tool to continue the mental interaction that we're hoping for between people in our congregations and the Word of God. You can set yourself up as the administrator. If somebody becomes disruptive, you can ban them from the group. I think that as ministers, we need to be thinking about future church. What's the church of 20 years from now going to be like? What are the resources going to be? I'm not sure that we're even actually living 2018 just yet, because I just wonder what Paul or Peter would be doing proactively with Facebook and the other forms of social media. It's an incredible opportunity for good communication. Hey, by the way, one of our church planners in the Dallas area, Lee Wells, does some online training on this particular topic. You can look him up on Facebook or use Google. But I think that we have privilege to have opportunities that a previous generation didn't have. And so let's be creative. Some of you who are younger than I am, who have capabilities of providing ways to get it done, please take advantage of the resources available to get people contemplating the Word of God. It's a great place for questions to be asked and answered. And then for guys at my stage of life, we need your help in teaching us how to be more effective to do this. We cannot do church as usual. And when I say usual, I mean like we did it in 1976 and expect to impact the world. We've got to adjust to the opportunities that are at hand. Let's do it. We can affect the world. We can have revival. We can make disciples. But it's likely not going to happen if we do business as usual.